Hello, welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the wonderful world of QuickBooks and all the updates that have happened over the last couple of weeks. You see, for whatever reason, we've had a whole host of new updates, and we thought it's best to do a nice, concise video explaining all of those updates so you don't miss out on them. So join me as we go and explore some of the biggest updates that's happened to QuickBooks Online in the past couple of weeks. Hello, my name is Aaron Patrick. I am a chartered accountant, a certified UK trainer with fancy new logo, that QuickBooks chap on the internet, head of accounts here at Boffix, and your friendly podcaster who goes live each and every Monday morning, 8:30 AM for Ask the Accountant. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about all of the updates that's happened to QuickBooks and make sure you're aware of them because there's been so many that it'd be very easy for you to miss out on some of them. So let's go straight into it and find out exactly what updates are there so you can make sure that you're making the most out of QuickBooks Online. All right, first and foremost then, let's keep this straightforward. The task areas had this big update. Now we get the opportunity to go in and make sure that we are happy with any overdue transactions, any reviews, any receipts that might be worth looking at, any overdue bills, and we can go through and help those tasks as well. But also, still on the dashboard, our business overview has been updated. So I can jump now into my business overview, and I now have a whole new app section. I absolutely love this whole app section here because straight away I know that I've got an issue with a particular app, but my free connected ones are working absolutely spot on. And I can click into here, go straight to my app section, and I know then that I've got quite a bit of work to do to make sure that I get all these apps up and running again. Adding new users have had a whole new update as well. So if I go to the manage users section and say add user, we now have this new area here, which includes first name, last name, email, like we've always done. But now we get to select what type of roles they've got. And not only do we select the type of roles they've got, but then when we do select a particular role, we can see exactly what they have access to at any point. And it's much more granular for us. Now, we get far more options if we select this as an advanced file. So just think of this at the moment and looking at all that we've got here as a bit of a quick and easy way of looking at things, because this is fine and this gives us everything we need and we can go through and we can go through and put in there. But if you need more granular details in terms of their roles, consider QuickBooks Advanced, because that's where you're going to get the real amount of options. But this is fine for vast majority of people. We can still have the same options we had before, so we're not getting any extra functionality. If anything, we may have lost functionality in terms of being able to say if they can have billable and add clients, but that's fine, or add users, but that's fine, we can deal with that. But we have the option here to go through and see all the individual ones and get to know straight away what they can do. We can even view role descriptions here, and we can see what are billable, like they were before, and what's non-billable. Overall, I think it makes it so much more simplified in terms of adding new users. It was a little bit complicated, a little bit cumbersome. Now it's not going to be as bad as that. So I think this is a good update, and it's definitely something that's going to make it so much easier for you to add new users going forward. Banks have had an update as well. Under the banking area, we now have the option to see what type of bank connections there. We've got standard feed. But if we did have a different type of bank account, like we now have, so if I now go link and I go for something like Starling, you'll notice we now have different types of bank feeds as well. We've got Starling Bank and Starling Bank without spaces. This was an update that basically makes it easier to work with things like spaces, and we're hoping to see these for POTS and everything else. For other ones, it just means we're not going to have all that complication going forward. It's a bit of a cheat in terms of not getting the full aspect of what the client can see, but it's definitely so much easier for us, and it's definitely an update we've needed. We've also started to see as well more banks give us the opportunity to do bank import. Now, unfortunately, I don't have access to Lloyds, which is the first bank that's had access to it. But if I go to bank reconciliation, what you're going to expect to start seeing is the opportunity to import the bank data directly from the screen, which I think is an absolute game changer, because you're going to get PDF copies directly from here, meaning that you can do that reconciliation without having to request it from whoever's got access to the bank account. This means you have much more accurate data more often. Now, Lloyds, being Lloyds, have got it a little bit weird in the way that you authorise. At the moment, you can only import the last 3 months, but they are looking to bring that to 18 very soon. But you have to reauthorise every 45 minutes, which kind of defeats the point. I'm sure that's something that we worked with Lloyds, and here's hoping that other bank accounts aren't going to be quite as stingent as that in terms of the reauthorisation. We've also seen reports that the matching of transactions within the bank area has slightly changed. Basically, it kind of re-changes the way that it was. It used to be in a nice linear pattern. Now they've opened it up. And also, once you've added one transaction, it's automatically going to take you to another. There's an update we got an email about saying that the left-hand navigation is going to go from having those 2 different views, where you could use switch to business and switch between 2 business views and an accountant view, to just having the one view rules them all going forward. Our gut feeling is it's the accountant view that's the one that's going to stay the same, but we'll see what happens when that actually comes live. The sales section had a bit of an update as well. So if I go over to the sales area and I go to, say, a customer, literally called it a customer in this case, then you can see we've had a bit of an uplifter here. We've now got more functionality, so we have the opportunity to show more information, including what I know a lot of people are interested in. We can bring in the balance as well, so we can see straight away what that balance is going to be, and we get more filtering options as well, so we can really filter it down. Left-hand navigation has now had an uplift as well. We now have the option to show the most recently viewed customers, or we can carry on looking at name. Unfortunately, that means we lose the balance functionality that's there, which personally I used on a regular basis, but it's not the end of the world. We can jump back into customers and we can still bring our balance options here, so that then we can see which customers we might want to start thinking about in terms of looking at it from a debt management point of view. And added functionality as well here is the fact that we can now see what statements have been sent out, which is actually really important, because you have to spend time sending the statement out and then trying to figure out what statement maybe a customer was talking about when they got back in touch with you. Now we don't need to worry about that. The statements here are ready to use. And finally, a long awaited feature is now back into QuickBooks. If we go to our search functionality at the top, we can now thankfully go back to finding our reports as well. So if I go profit, it's now going to go not only searching transactions, but it's going to search our reports. So if I need to quickly get that profit and loss report back again, I now can quickly go back to the top, type in the report I need, and that's going to come back to me straight away. Love that, and I'm glad that it's back. And there we have it, a breakdown of some of the big updates that have happened within QuickBooks Online. Personally, they're all refinements. There are no extra features as such that are coming through. They're definitely not those big updates that we've had in the past, but they've been updates enough that warrant us to understand them a little bit more, because personally I feel like this is a way where we're going to be able to make the most out of QuickBooks Online now. It's going to give us an opportunity to be more efficient with the product, and that's got to be good for everyone. I'm loving the update so far, and there's been very little in terms of bugs with them as well, which is definitely good to see. We've definitely got some more updates coming. There's some that I'm not allowed to talk about on this video just yet. So make sure you keep in touch with the channel, because we're going to be definitely making sure that as soon as we're allowed to talk about some updates that are on the way, you guys are going to be the first to know about it. I absolutely love the cadence at the moment of the updates that are coming. I hope they continue at this pace, because that means that we're going to get an overall better product for everyone. My name's been Patrick. Don't forget to like, subscribe and all that stuff. Also, thank you for each and every one of you who's commented on my recent videos. I make sure I read each and every one of them, and it really does help the channel grow if you keep commenting and putting engagement on a video. So thank you very much. Thank you for your help and support out there. My name's been Patrick. As always, this video has been an absolute pleasure. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.